Hi, my name's Blake. I am a peer advocate. I am the vice chair of the Self Advocates of Michigan.
Of all the board members that we have currently, I would say that Blake is very action-oriented. He has great ideas and brings a lot of focused thought, if you will, because as he puts out different ideas, people have an opportunity then to look at those ideas, listen to his ideas, and figure out a way or not that the SAM board can actually engage in those ideas.
It's like Congress. Our differences kind of help each other out because one person knows this, one person knows that. So it's all about teamwork, and I think that's what SAM does. We're all there to really help and bring our issues to help everybody out.
Blake has represented the Detroit-Wayne area at the state level, taking some of those messages back about what are people in the Southeast Michigan area saying about what is not working for them. And he is working with the group of folk in Lansing to put supports in place, whether they be informational or monetary.
You have to encourage people to let them know that they can do things that they want to. They just have to have the right support and they have to have information given to them.
He is very, very passionate about housing as well, and Blake is relentless in his advocacy to improve that.
Blake is very interested. He's a gentleman that used to live in essentially a group home. And what he learned from that experience is that privacy and personal space and having control of where you live and who supports you in that house are critically important to him.
Me and my support team worked to petition the court for me to be partial guardian, and I did it. So the difference was, before partial guardianship, they had control of everything I did. I couldn't walk to the corner without their permission, and that was just so much stressful and straining. So that's where, I want to say, hey, I can't do this anymore.
And so he's now living in his own apartment with a roommate of his choosing, where he controls the front door, the supports that come in, the people that support him. So he wants that for other people.
For example, he is now a part of the trainers who are going out talking to service recipients about the home community-based services spinal role. So not only is he passionate, but he takes that passion and he puts it into play in the development of policy and the development of training, and then also delivering those trainings too.
He also wants to engage people with disabilities in the political process. So he's made sure people understand that they can be voters and that their voice matters.
He has represented the board in Washington as they have gone to meet with their national delegation.
They know him by a first name basis. He's that in tune with what's going on in his area and helping educate people on how to improve existing areas that are important to him.
To reach out and to tell them about this issue and ask them to support that issue is really encouraging.
He's got a strong story to tell, and he's done a really good job. And so when he's able to meet politicians or decision makers or policy makers, he's able to tell that story in a really effective way.
He's involved in various disability councils, but also the Westland Council.
So I'm one of the commissioners that is working with the director to talk about programs and to look at various things, and we're there to advise and give input to the director.
He's a person with disability. He identifies as a person of color. He also identifies as a person that is gay. And he's made sure that his advocacy is equally represented in all aspects of his complete identity.
So everybody should be treated the same, no matter, what their lifestyle is or how they live. I think that it's just important that people know you have options to do what you want to do. You want to be married, you want to be gay, you want to have a wife or whatever. You have that choice, even with a disability.
And one thing he is truly good about is making sure people are heard and listened to. And so when he's advocating for himself or for others, he's really taking into account each person's perspective.
I think people have to understand, if you want to be independent, you have to be independent. You have to really figure what's best for you.
There's so much that contributes to who we are as individuals, and I think he was just born with a really good heart. He's just a good person. It's easy to love Blake.